Hello, it's Yuni here and welcome back to another video on Blue Protocol Star Resonance. In today's video, I scale through the Great Firewalls of China to bring you the Season 2 content. Oh, wow, that is creepy. So in today's video, I'm going to take you guys through all the new imagines. Just a disclaimer, all of the English that you see on my screen is Google translated, so it may not be perfect, but it still works. And so, yeah. You guys will be able to see all the new imagines, how to craft them, the materials that are required, so you guys can decide whether it's worth it or not in the upcoming Season 2. So starting off, we have 4 new gold imagines, and they all cost 300 fragments, same as the previous ones here. So let's take a look at Fafala. I don't know if these names are going to be kept, but this is Fafala, and this is what she does. So apparently her actual translation is Fafala, not Falfa. And here are her advancements. Mainly you want to look at the bottom here for the stat increases. These are the materials required to advance her. This, I'll show you guys how to exchange and get them. This is pretty much the same as our current imagines. You just have to fight bosses, or you can buy from Trade Center or the mystery shops. Now here's advancement number 2. And then this is 3. And 4. And then lastly for you whales, this is T5. It's kind of cool. I think she appeared in the story, but I kind of like hard skip the story, so I don't know what she does in the story. Next, we have Tauros. Yeah, this ain't Google translating. Let's go look at her announcements. Ooh, this one isn't being translated. Interesting. Hold up. Like this. Yeah, unfortunately this ain't translating, but I'm sure you guys can Google Translate Lens this. It's interesting. I'm just gonna pretend I know exactly what's I think this is magic. I recognize this saying magic. Maybe it's magic attack, but don't quote me on that. Here is Lorola. She's pretty cool actually if you have a look at what she does. Based on the Google Translate, it looks as though she has life drain, so it's like life leech skill. Kinda keen to get this. Here are her advancements. So again, mainly just keep an eye out on the bottom half here. This is advancement 2. Advancement 3. Advancement 4. And lastly, advancement 5. She again most likely appears in the story. Don't ask me what she does or what her role is. Honestly, I think she's really cool. Just the fact that she has like a life drain skill. I am definitely wanting to get her. And lastly, we have Boyce. Let's have a look at his advancements. So this is T1 Boyce, or advancement 1 Boyce. Here is advancement 2. Here's advancement 3. Advancement 4. And again, for your whales, advancement 5. I swear, he looks like a Yato. And that was it for the 4 new gacha imagines. Here are the materials needed for the 4 new gacha imagines. All of these can be exchanged with the materials that we currently have in-game, but added there are conversion potions that you're gonna have to farm for. So get that alchemy up to farm for these. They all cost 5 conversion potions. They all cost 5 conversion potions, and for the conversion potions, this is what you need. This is the material that you need, and as always, you're gonna need that distilled water. Next, we're gonna look at the farmable gold imagines. This is the Basilique. And then here are the advancements. As it is a gold imagine, you're going to need the same materials as the gachapon ones. Here is advancement 2. Here's advancement 3. Advancement 4. And then here's advancement 5 or T5. Here's the Blackrock Legion Captain. Again, I don't know if these names are going to be kept when it comes to the global release. This is just all Google Translate. So these are the effects and the passive effects. Now let's look at the advancements or the tier levels. So this is advancement 1. Advancement 2. Advancement 3. Advancement 4. And lastly, advancement 5 or T5. But you know, I just realized if they are T5, they get flames on them. I didn't even notice it for the other ones. I thought it was just a regular effect. Next, we have the Genius Cabbage King. I'm pretty sure that's not the name for it, but this is the active effects. And then here are the passive effects. If I am going too fast, feel free to pause the video. I will have timestamps on this video. Feel free to pause it, take a screenshot if you need to, so you guys can have a little bit of a deep dive into the passive and the active effects. Let's have a look at the advancement or tier levels. So this is tier 1, advancement 1. Here is advancement 2. Here's advancement 2. Here is advancement 3. Here's advancement 4. And lastly, here is advancement 5. This is the Boss Crimson Jade Earth Fox, or aka just the Red Fox. This is the active effect. And here are the passive effect. I believe this is the one that's going to be probably best in slot for marksman if you're a wild pack, but again, don't quote me on that. Let's have a look at the tier levels or the advancement levels. So here is tier 1 or advancement 1. Some of the translation at the top is cut off, but I don't think it's anything different from what you just saw. Just focus on the numbers at the bottom here. Here is advancement 2 or T2. Advancement 3. Advancement 4. And then lastly, Advancement 5. Last but not least, with the gold farmable imagines is the boss Flamehorn. Here is the active effect for Flamehorn. And then here's the passive effect. Now let's have a look at the advancement or tier levels. Here's tier 1. Here's tier 2. Here is advancement 3. Advancement 4. And lastly, advancement 5. And that was it for the gold farmable imagines. This is the new purple imagines. Here we have the Bluespine giant lizard. This is the active effects and these are the passives. Let's have a look at the advancements. So this is tier 1. It looks like the Basilique, but without like the chin crystals. Here's tier 2. Here's tier 3 or advancement 3. Here is tier 4. And lastly, here is tier 5. The Blackrock Legion Commander. Here are the active effects. And then this is the passive effect. Let's view the advancements. Here is tier 1. Here's tier 2. Tier 3 or advancement 3. Tier 4. And then last but not least, tier 5. The Elite Blackrock Legion Vanguard, and these are the active effects. And then here's the passive. Let's view tier 1. Tier 2. Tier 3. Tier 4. And last but not least, tier 5. This is the Elite Goblin Witch Doctor. So this is tier 1 and its active effect. And also the passive. Tier 2. Tier 3. Tier 4. And Tier 5. The Elite Goblin Trickster. Here's the active effect, and here's the passive effect. Now let's have a look at the advancements. So this is advancement 1 or tier 1. Tier 2. Tier 3. Tier 4. Wait, if this translation is correct, it's going to damage up to 20 allies? What? He's tier 5? Wait, what? Maybe it means it would help 20 allies? So I don't understand why would I want this thing to damage my allies? Here is the Elite Melancholy Cabbage. Here is the active effects for it. And then this is the passive effect. Ooh, that's not bad. Critical strike damage. 5% and 7%. That's not bad. Wow, this guy has a lot for its effects. This is tier 1. Here's tier 2. Tier 3. Tier 4. I think my Google Translate kind of just gave up on translating, but this is your critical. This is your critical strike damage boost as the passive effects. It increases to 9.5 and 13.3. Here's tier 5. Only 3 more to go for the new Imagines. Here's the Cool Cabbage. Here's the active effect for Cool Cabbage. And then passive effect. Now let's have a look at the enhance. Let's have a look at the advancement. So this is tier 1. Tier 2. Tier 3. Tier 4. Last but not least, tier 5. This one's probably one of my favorites, and I really want to craft this. This is the Elite Blackflame Earth Fox, and it increases mastery. I really want to craft this, but I still don't have the new mats. So this is the active effect, and this is the passive effect. And let's have a look at the tiers or advancements. So this is tier 1. This is tier 2. Here's tier 3. As you can see, I really wanted to tier 5 this, so I got 5, and then I realized, oh, I don't have any of these mats. This is probably the one I will most likely get if I don't well on the other Imagines. Here's tier 4. And tier 5. And the lucky last, here we have Emerald Horn Sheep. This is the active effect. And this is the passive effect. Let's have a look at the advancements or tier levels. So cool. Great color scheme. Anyways, this is tier 1. Here's tier 2. Wait, this increases haste? I want this too! Here's tier 3. I'm just gonna have to catch them all. Tier 4. And lastly, tier 5. Now you guys probably have seen this material and you're going to be like, how am I going to get this? Same as the gold materials. You're going to have to do conversion with Mason. I will show you here. Same as the gold, you're going to have to craft these conversion potions. With the purple ones though, you only need 1, whereas the gold, you're going to need 5. These are the gold farmable imagines and they cost 100 fragment crystals, whereas the gachapon ones will cost you 300. And then as for the purple new imagines, they're gonna cost the same as our regular ones. It's just gonna cost 80. And that's it for this video. I hope this was helpful. If you guys find this helpful, please give a thumbs up, share it with your friends, comment below if there's any more imagines, anything else you guys want to see from season 2. Make sure to subscribe so you see my next video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!